My name is Lucy Manuel, and I'm the patient care coordinator for the South Team for Home Hospice with Methodist Alliance. How I first came to know about Methodist Hospice, my mother's mom, my grandmother, she had gotten really ill. We had her airlifted to University downtown, and we palliatively extubated her at University, and that's how I actually met some of the hospice team members at that time during that experience. Being called to hospice does take a calling, and it does take a special people to do hospice. You have to have a really big heart and a strong heart. If you're not strong, it can break the nurse, it can break the care team down. So you have to be built for it, I think. My mom's name was Henry Alice Grantham. She was a school teacher for 42 years. She was married to my dad for 30 years, and he died at 51. So they had been married for a very long time. My mom was the cheerleading sponsor. They were the president of the booster club at school. She loved her grandkids. She has 5 of them. She was just all about the family, and she wanted everybody to know Jesus and everybody to know God, and she instilled that in her grandkids too. Mom was diagnosed with ALS in 2018, and it was very progressive for her. Mom was a very independent person, and she tried to maintain her independence as long as she could, which she did. Unfortunately, she had a week-long stint in Oxford Hospital before she moved in with me, and when she got out of the hospital, she couldn't walk anymore. She did come to the residence for 2 to 3 weeks. We were renovating our house so she could move in, so she could have her own space. She loved being at the residence. She loved the acceptance. I think the residence has a great staff, and they accept people at their worst. The residence sees people, almost everybody's at their worst when they get here, and they took us in like they didn't even know me. And although she loved being at the residence, she couldn't wait to come home. She just wanted to be around her family more. Being the patient care coordinator for the South Team and living in Mississippi, those are my nurses down there, so she couldn't have someone that I was a leader of. So one of our hospice nurses, Rebecca Doe, she's on the North Team for Home Hospice, and she actually volunteered to come down to Mississippi and drive a lot of miles and take care of my mom, even though she wasn't on my team. And she took my mom in literally like she was her own. She was very honest and open about what was going on. She didn't keep anything from her about her condition, and she talked very frankly to her. And she also knew that with ALS, my mom still had her full brain function. She just couldn't move her body. So she still let her make decisions, and she didn't act as if she was an invalid just because she was bedridden. And I think that was really important. Rebecca treated me like a daughter and not a nurse, which was important for me so I could actually be the caregiver. I think I understand hospice a lot more now than I did before, and I've been doing hospice for 7 years, and so it was an eye-opening experience for me. I had no idea how it felt to stay up 3 nights in a row and not sleep, and sleep in a recliner beside the bed, and I thought I knew, but you really don't until you do it. It's a very life-altering experience, it really is. I think what Methodist does different than other hospices is really lives our core values. We look out for the patients and the families because the patient goes to heaven and the caregiver is left here with us. And if we don't give them the tools that they need to get through the next year or 2 years, then if they don't have a support, then they don't have what they need to get through it. It's hard to lose a lot of people, but then if you don't share that experience with others and help others, then you're going through it for nothing. So that's what drew me to hospice.
One of the things I enjoy about being a hospice nurse is be able to give one-on-one emotional care to my patients. I've been a nurse for 46 years. I can give them some medicine, but I can't give them my heart unless I'm there.
We go into the homes and we don't know what the story is behind, that front door. And there are times where I've gone in and no air is in the house. So I've had to run out to buy an air conditioner, a window air conditioner unit for a patient. And so we turn to Share the Care program. And so we depend on the donors, funding that, and we very, very, very much appreciate it.
Nobody ever wants to lose a loved one, but we make the situation as ideal as possible given the terminal illness. So thank you again for your support, and we will continue to do the good work of hospice.